Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, students on campus are collecting makeup for an interesting cause.
People across the country are celebrating the holidays. What Central New Yorkers think about one long-standing Syracuse holiday tradition.
Fires have destroyed much of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. New information about the possible cause of those fires and one celebrity who's stepping up to help out.
Citrus TV News starts right now.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Jackie Prager.
And I'm Alex Amico. 2 students on campus are collecting makeup for the transgender community in Syracuse. That's our top story tonight.
Fall College held a makeup drive for Syracuse transgender community today. Citrus TV reporter Gabrielle Caracciolo tells us how graduate students hosted the first event of its kind for the trans team program.
The Syracuse University trans team from the Fall College Department of Marriage and Family Therapy hosted a makeup drive today to benefit the Syracuse transgender community. I spoke with Nikki Beanie, one of the organizers of the drive, about their goals for the day.
So we're doing the makeup drive as a way to collect resources for trans women in the area, so we can put on some workshops and have put on the makeup, the flag, and some one-on-one information so that they can then take that out of their social media. So we're gathering the makeup to bring to the
Right now, I am standing outside Shine Student Center, where Fall College is hosting its first ever makeup drive to benefit the transgender community. For hygiene reasons, products donated must be unopened and unused. They are accepting all products from mascara and eyeliner to blush, foundation, lip gloss, and lipstick. While the drive only runs today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., donations still can be made to the trans team at Fall College. They hope to run another drive like this in the spring. Megan Harris explained to me why participating in the drive was so important to her.
Since working with this population, I think it means a lot to me to do something for the community and spread awareness.
Girls hope their drive has helped to spread awareness and will expand when they run it again in the spring semester. Gabrielle Caracciolo, Citrus TV News.
The trans team plans to use the makeup collected for beauty workshops that teach helpful tips for new makeup users.
Syracuse University has published a study about how to stop microbe growth. Professor Da-Cheng Ren and his team collaborated with Associate Professor James Henderson. Their research found that shape-shifting polymers reduce microbe adhesion and can remove up to 99.9% of attached cells. Ren hopes to move the research forward by moving on to cycles using polymers. The Chief Creative Officer of FCB Health will be visiting Newhouse today as a guest of the Mower Forum. Rich Levy has engineered and maintained the FCB creative brands and has won multiple awards for his work. He'll be presenting with the forum in Newhouse 3, room 432 at 6:30 p.m.
Cicero-North Syracuse High School is open today after firefighters rushed to the school last night around 10 p.m. to find 3 of the school's floors filled with smoke. According to firefighters, a broken monitor in the ventilation and air conditioning system broke, causing the smoke. Fans were used to clear the smoke away, and the school reopened the next day. 230 Central New Yorkers have tickets to pay as part of the Move Over campaign. The state's Move Over law requires drivers to slow down and safely move over when approaching police cars and emergency and maintenance vehicles stopped along the road. Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that the enforcement crackdown on New York Thruway last month was implemented to protect law enforcement officers and emergency responders.
A New York man is facing felony charges for speeding. Darwin Barnes was pulled over by New York State Police on I-81 south of Syracuse. Barnes was going 95 in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. His license has been suspended nearly 4 dozen times. Barnes was charged with first-degree aggravated unlicensed operation of a vehicle and is out from county jail on bail. Today is the first day of December, and the holiday season is in full swing as a Syracuse staple returns to Clinton Square. Citrus TV News reporter Lauren Anderson was at the Clinton Square ice rink as it opened for the season.
With decorations all around, lights shining bright, and a 52-foot tree, Clinton Square in downtown Syracuse is ready for Christmas. This means that another Syracuse holiday tradition returns. Ice skating in Clinton Square is back. The rink opened for the season this past weekend, along with a tree lighting ceremony, and all of the traditional holiday festivity came with it.
I think people kind of now associate the holidays with coming down here and bring their family down and skating around under the lights.
The rink is now open daily until March, even on holidays. Regular admission price is only $3, and there are plenty of discounts for groups and kids. Clinton Square has the only outdoor rink in the area, and residents say that's part of the appeal of it.
I like the coldness. I like getting to ice skate.
I love ice skating here. It's great to take a break during lunch and get out and stretch your legs.
Here at the Clinton Square Ice Rink, it might look quiet on this rainy afternoon, but they expect to see over 20,000 people this holiday season.
The goal of the rink is for everyone to have a good time, and there definitely was not any shortage of fun or festivity.
When the tree's up, people come no matter what.
Because the Christmas decorations, it's lovely. And at night, I work nearby, and driving out at night, it's very tempting.
Lauren Anderson, Citrus TV News.
Thanks, Lauren. For more information on events in Clinton Square, you can visit the City of Syracuse's website.
Onondaga County will receive state money to provide legal counsel for the poor. The assigned counsel program is doubling its annual budget from $5 million to $10 million. The New York Civil Liberties Union has said Onondaga and 5 other counties do not do a good enough job in providing attorneys for the poor. 2 core development executives and 6 other defendants are pleading not guilty to corruption charges. After an investigation, U.S. Attorney Prager accused the defendants of corruption schemes related to state-funded development projects. The case will go through a brief pause for a period of discovery. The judge scheduled another meeting for March 1st.
Next on Citrus TV News, new laws in effect today will make it easier for the government to search your personal devices. What judges have to do to gain a search warrant for millions of computers.
Fear in Florida after a hostage situation at a bank. Citrus TV News will be right back.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Got a quarter?
No.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. It's gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
The first statewide recount of presidential election votes is starting in Wisconsin today. Clinton lost the state to Trump by about 22,000 votes on election night. Most counties are manually recounting all of their votes to ensure accuracy.
It's the first candidate-driven recount for a presidential election in 16 years. Green Party candidate Jill Stein has raised nearly $7 million for recounts in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania before December 13th, which, by the way, is more than twice as much as she raised for her presidential campaign.
We have new information about the devastating wildfires in eastern Tennessee. Officials say the fires, which killed 7 people, were likely caused by humans. Gatlinburg is the home of country music legend Dolly Parton's theme park, Dollywood. The park was spared from significant damage, and Parton says she's establishing a fund to help victims of the fires in the Great Smoky Mountains.
I know it's been a trying time for my people, and this assistance will help. Beginning Friday, you can join our efforts to recover from these deadly fires by visiting DollywoodFoundation.org. Thank you for your help, continued prayers, and your concern. And I hope you'll soon visit our Tennessee mountains and experience the Tennessee spirit.
Officials are discussing reopening the town tomorrow. It has been closed since Monday.
A 2-hour standoff between SWAT team members and a Florida bank robber is over. The suspect held 11 hostages at gunpoint in a Jacksonville credit union building today.
2 hostages escaped, allowing SWAT team members to subdue the robber and take him into custody. Officials say the man could face charges of bank robbery, armed kidnapping, and armed assault.
Students at a middle school in Utah are safe after a shooting today. Bountiful, Utah police say a student fired a shot into the ceiling of Mueller Park Junior High before a parent disarmed the student.
No details about the student were released. Police recovered 2 guns from the student, and they are still trying to determine if the gun was fired intentionally or accidentally.
Protesters in North Carolina are outraged over a county court's decision to not charge the officer involved in the shooting of Keith Lamont Scott. About 100 protesters marched through the streets of Charlotte after the announcement that Officer Brentley Vinson would not be charged on any counts.
The district attorney said the officer asked Scott to drop his weapon at least 10 times before firing, and that Vinson, a black officer, was the only officer to fire shots at Scott. The Scott's family's attorneys said their search isn't done yet and that they still have questions about the decisions made that day.
The government now has greater authority to access your phone or electronic device. Judges can now issue electronic warrants outside of their district.
The Justice Department said that the rule was needed to arrest cyber criminals. Opponents of the bill argued it would impact people's privacy.
Former astronaut Buzz Aldrin is in stable condition in New Zealand after being evacuated from Antarctica. The 86-year-old was on a trip with the National Science Foundation.
Doctors did not provide details regarding what caused the emergency. Aldrin was a member of the Apollo 11 crew and is the second person to ever walk on the moon.
The United Nations 2016 State of the World Population Report is out today. The UN looked at the well-being of 10-year-old girls as indicators for gender equality.
The report found that 89% of the girls in developing countries face obstacles to equal education, healthcare, and safety. The report says that the world's population is now at 7.4 billion.
The Senate has approved the renewal of legislation allowing the U.S. to sanction companies for doing business with Iran. Senators have unanimously voted to extend the Iran Sanction Act for 10 more years.
The House has already passed the legislation. Obama is likely to sign the bill, providing it does not affect the nuclear deal's terms.
French President François Hollande is not seeking re-election in 2017. The socialist president's most recent satisfaction rating was 4%.
Critics accused him of flopping on policy decisions and failing to restart the economy. Hollande is currently polling at 9% behind his own former economy minister.
Crude oil prices are rising after OPEC's decision to cut production. The cartel agreed Wednesday to cut output by roughly 1 million barrels of oil per day.
Analysts have warned that the change will be more gradual than expected. U.S. oil producers are likely to benefit from the production cuts. The amount of active American drilling rigs rose to about 600 last week from a low of 104.
Thailand officially has a new king. Prince Maha Vajiralongkorn ascended the throne as Rama X. His family has ruled Thailand since 1782.
Rama X served as crown prince since 1972. His father was hailed as a unifying figure in Thailand until his death in October. The recently crowned king has been in mourning for 50 days. Coming up, scientists have found a new drug that may help cancer patients, but you may be surprised which one.
And if you have an Android phone, listen up. More than 1 million accounts are at risk.
Our wet, windy pattern continued today with scattered storms throughout the day, as well as some strong winds. Today we got up to 45 degrees as our high. It was cooler with a few showers, but those winds were the big story, coming out of the south at up to 26 miles per hour. Coming up, I'll tracking the first chance of some snow this week. My full Citrus TV 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid. A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us. But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are not my words.
Well, unfortunately, it is finally getting cold enough for a serious daily threat of snow here in Syracuse.
Citrus TV weather anchor Brendan Tierney is here with us to let us know what we can expect for the upcoming weekend. Brendan?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, there is some snow in the region right now, but the big story is the temperatures. We're checking in at 41 here in Syracuse right now, which means any precipitation that falls will be rain. Cortland, however, 32, they're getting snow, and Binghamton at 39. They're getting about a wintry mix right now. As we take a look at your current radar, you're able to see the green up here in the Syracuse region is all rain right now. However, the blue is snow, and the pink, that's the real dangerous stuff. That's ice that is falling in the form of freezing rain, and that's freezing on any of the roadways. So definitely watch out if you're across the region this evening. This is part of a much larger system. As we take a look at your surface analysis map, high pressure will be moving into our area come Sunday. Unfortunately, we're stuck with this low pressure system whipping moisture off of the Great Lakes. It's bringing moisture to us for the next couple of days. Your future radar shows some clearing this evening. However, there are storms moving into the area into tomorrow. We're looking at mostly some rain, a bit of ice here in Syracuse, so no substantial snow tomorrow during the day. However, there is some stuff moving in the evening. Tonight, not that bad, 36 degrees, a chance of rain or snow. We're putting that about 45% chance. The big story is the wind chill, however. It's going to feel like 25 out there, so bundle up if you're heading out this evening. Then your Citrus TV 5-day forecast, checking in at 43 degrees tomorrow, about a 50% chance of a wintry mix. And that's the same on Saturday for the basketball game. The team finally returns to the Carrier Dome. 40 degrees. It's nice, but a little cold on Sunday, and the chance of some wintry mix returns back into early next week.
All right, so Brendan, I've got my snow boots in my room under my bed. When am I going to need to put them on?
I think you might need them Saturday, depending on how much we accumulate. We're looking at about an inch and a half of snow.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, but I don't think you want sneakers in that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Today is World AIDS Day to show support for people living with HIV. The first ever World AIDS Day was held in 1988. Over 30 million people have the virus worldwide since it was identified in 1984. The virus has become one of the most destructive pandemics in history. World AIDS Day hopes to help raise money for AIDS research and fight prejudice against HIV sufferers. Researchers say an ingredient in hallucinogenic mushrooms can help cancer patients feel a little happier. The study of an NYU and Johns Hopkins University found the ingredient reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression in 80% of cancer sufferers tested. Hallucinogenic mushrooms have been illegal in the United States for years.
Hackers have access to more than 1 million Google accounts on Android phones. The hackers are able to steal digital tokens like one's email and photo collection, but Google says that they can't use the information. The company has blocked more than 150,000 versions of this type of cyber attack. They also stress that users should avoid downloading apps outside of Google Play.
Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back. I'm Brianna Adams with sports. Now, the 21-ranked Syracuse women's basketball squad faced 22-ranked Michigan State in the Carrier-Dome for the AC Big Ten Challenge. After a 2-game skid against top teams 18-ranked DePaul and 8-ranked Ohio State, Quinton's team came to play. Let's see how the Orange fared against the Spartans. Syracuse returning to the Carrier-Dome, and early on, Brittany Sykes would get the jumper, but would be out for the rest of the first half after being in foul trouble. But that's okay, because you got guard Alexis Peterson with a layup right there, and then later on would have a major play down to Brianna Day, up to Slim, back to Peterson, gets the three-pointer. Peterson would have 27 points on the day. And now right before the halftime, Gabby Cooper with a three-pointer. Syracuse really struggled with three-pointers. That was only 1 of 4 that the Orange made. Now coming back in after half, Syracuse had an 18-point lead, but not for long. Michigan State went on a 6-point run with Tori Jankowska leading the boards with 21 points. But Michigan State would not come out on top. Here's Alexis Peterson with another bucket. Syracuse would take the win against the Spartans, 75-61. Syracuse will next play Central Connecticut State in the Carrier-Dome on Sunday. For the men, the ACC Big Ten Challenge game against Wisconsin handed the team its second straight loss. Grad transfer Andrew White, a key player for the Orange, struggled taking a goose egg in the second half.
Yeah, well, we knew these games were on the schedule, and we knew they would be tough games. But if we fold up now, then that means we're not as tough of men as we think we are. So I know that kind of falls back on me and some of the other seniors to make sure that our team does what we have to do to keep moving forward, because I mean it's bad right now, but games will continue to add up, and if we could keep 2 losses on our record, going as the year goes on, that could turn out being a positive. So we just need to make sure that we check ourselves and make sure we come in ready to work and do what we're supposed to do so that we can get better. And I think Coach has done it a very long time, and he has a pretty good concept and mentality on the final product, which is something far from now, but we have to build on that a day at a time to get better.
Andrew Wright and the Orange come back to the Carrier Dome looking to break the losing streak against North Florida on Saturday. Now in hockey, down in Brooklyn, the Islanders took on the defending champion Pittsburgh Penguins. By the end of the first period, the Islanders were on the board with a goal by Johnny Boychuk. The Penguins took until the third period to score a goal after the Islanders were up by 3. Pittsburgh scored 3 unanswered goals in the first 15 in the third period to tie up the Islanders. Long Island in trouble scored back-to-back goals with just 30 seconds left in the game to secure the big win against the Stanley Cup champions. The Islanders now 8-10-4 on the season. Next played the Capitals down in D.C. tonight. Buffalo also plays tonight against the Rangers for a New York battle over in Buffalo. The Sabres have their star rookie back after an ankle sprain back before regular season on October. Jack Eichel made his Sabres debut last night, marking a goal and an assist in the 5-4 win against Ottawa. Now in basketball, the Knicks traveled to Minnesota to face the Timberwolves. The New York outlasted Minnesota in the last minute of the game. The score was 102-99 in the Knicks' favor before a deep 3 from Minnesota's Zach LaVine to bring the game back to a tie. But Porzingis broke up the tie with a basket, but the teams found themselves even again with just 24 seconds to go. The clock almost running out, the game looks like it was going into overtime until an 18-foot jumper from the man himself, Carmelo Anthony, to take the win with 2 seconds left. The 5-13 Timberwolves will look for redemption against the Knicks in a matchup in New York on Friday. But tonight, the Nets look to be 500 at home with a matchup against the Bucks in Brooklyn. Former NFL player and Syracuse cornerback Will Allen has pleaded guilty to running a Ponzi scheme. Allen and his business partner Susan Daub were charged on federal fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering in court in Boston. The team took money by saying they were making loans to professional athletes. Daub and Allen took in more than $35 million and repaid less than $22 to investors. He'll be sentenced in February.
After the show, tune in at 6:30 for On the Bench and Orange Zest at 7 o'clock.
And after that, an all-new Talking Points at 7:30. Citrus TV News will be back in just 90 seconds.
On this day in history, Syracuse's first television program aired. The 2-hour program aired at 8:32 p.m. and featured harpist Melville Clark, as well as several short films.
Downtown stores and restaurants reported seeing the program in complete clarity. The program concluded at 10:30 p.m. and returned the following night with more short films.
And that's all the news we have for right now. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Alex Amico.
And I'm Jackie Prager. Have a great night, Syracuse.